we can cut it.
No, we're going to shoot through it. Yeah, of course we can cut this. Don't worry. Stress management ke baare mein. Hamna, you look thoda sa worried. What's wrong? She said, I'm stressed. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to एक और episode of George Knows Nothing. And आज George Knows Nothing stress management के बारे में. आज मेरा मेहमान is Hamna, and I'm going to let you into a little secret. Recording se pehle, I said, Hamna, you look thoda sa worried, and I said, what's wrong? She said, I'm stressed. But she has now managed it, so we're going to talk about stress management. Yeah. So obviously, I think ये बहुत important topic, especially students के लिए. And you're a second year student, BBA. Yeah. So stress management क्या है?
You know, stress is an issue facing by almost everyone nowadays. Time to time, we see people getting overwhelmed because of the pressure they face, and most of us are so used to getting stressed. Like we don't even realize how much it's affecting you, and even stakes are heavy toll. And stress management is a wide spectrum of techniques in psychotherapies for controlling person's stress level, because if you are living with high level of stress, you're putting your entire well-being at risk. You know, because stress weaks your havoc on your emotional equilibrium as well as your physical health. And when you are stressed, it may seem like there's nothing you can do about it. Say for example, the bill won't stop coming. The bills won't stop coming.
Yeah.
There will be never more hours in a day, and your work and family responsibility will always be demanding. But you have a lot more control than you might think.
I think that's the important point. Is it's about
us.
It's about us thinking that we have the power within us to change our circumstances. So what are some of the things you can do, or any of our students watching or potential students, what can they do to manage their stress?
Okay, so stress management starts by identifying the sources of stress in your life. Firstly, identify the sources of stress in your life. Look at your attitudes, your habits, and your excuses. And there is a very good strategy called 4 A's of stress management. That is avoid, alter, adapt, and accept.
Okay, so let's use this model.
Okay.
Let's say I'm a student and my stress is the fact that I've got my studies, I've got to work as well, and I've obviously got my family commitments and things like that. So I can't avoid work or my studies or my family. So what's the other one?
Work, family, and studies.
No,
avoid, alter, adapt, and accept.
Okay, so alter and adapt. Yeah. How could I alter or adapt my? Is it about, for example, if it's studies, perhaps I can alter when I study. Perhaps it can be adapt to be
Firstly, accept that you have to do everything.
Yeah.
Then prioritize your work.
Okay.
If you think you have to study first, then you have to manage all the things at a time, manage your time and prioritize your task. That will reduce a lot of stress.
So by prioritizing
by managing time,
and managing your time,
by making a plan what you have to do.
Yeah, so calendar, planning, to-do lists, all of those techniques.
And don't overcommit yourself. You can't do everything.
Yeah.
Accept the things you can't change.
And presumably identify time-wasting things like Facebook and social media. And
limit the amount of social media consumption. First step.
What about, so that's really good advice. So organize yourself, identify and then adapt. What about sort of things like physical things you could be doing to manage आपका stress?
Exercise reduce a lot of stress, especially aerobic exercises, you know. Or you can meditate.
Yeah,
मेडिटेशन इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है आपकी स्ट्रेस रिड्यूस करने के लिए, एंजाइटी एंड डिप्रेशन, एवरीथिंग.
And presumably, you know, you can go on YouTube and there's like
And
meditation
learn quick
techniques.
stress relief. But like you love to listen music, if you are stressed, go listen to music. Listen to hip hop or any joyful like music.
So identify what works for you.
What works?
Because something, you know, meditation might not work for
Yeah.
you. But if, yes, you say listening to music.
If you love dance, start dancing.
Dancing with, yeah. Okay. And what other advice would you have for students who have been, or perhaps have friends who have stress? What advice would you give?
The first and most important advice is avoid. Avoid people who stress you out. Express your feelings instead of bottling them up. If someone or something is bothering you, be more assertive and try to communicate your concern in an open and respectful way.
I think that's a really interesting point that you just made, because do you feel that how boys or men deal with stress is very different with how girls deal with stress? So for example, girls tend to be very good at communicating and talking about their feelings. Do you see with some of your male friends that they sort of hold things in and they bottle things up?
That's why they are so aggressive, because they hold stress, they don't express their feelings. That's why they become so aggressive or difficult to deal with sometimes.
Yeah. Not all the time.
Not all the times.
Well, thank you so much. This has been really insightful. So, guys and everyone watching, thank you for the advice on stress management. So it's avoid,
alter, adapt, and accept. Avoid a stressful situation, alter stressful situation, change the situation or person, and adapt new strategies or techniques of stress management, and accept the things you can't change. There are some stressors that are not avoidable, such as death of a loved one. You can't avoid that stressor.
No.
So accept things that would be very beneficial to cope up with that stress.
And just so one last thing, is there such a thing as good stress though? Because
yeah, some stress are good and can trigger your fight or flight mechanism. This stress is often what helps us to meet our tasks and challenges, and help us to rise to a challenge and goals such as deadlines and specific targets. Some stress is also good.
Yeah, but it's when the fine line between good stress and then tipping over into
when you become overwhelmed, it's
and then it collapses. Yeah. Great. Well, thank you so much. I think that's been really helpful for some of our students, and I really appreciate it. And how's your experience been at Iqra?
Very good. Best decision.
Best decision ever?
Yeah, best decision.
And you're doing BBA?
I'm doing BBA. I'm in second year.
BBA Kibad, studies Kibad. What's the dream?
BBA, MBA, MPhil, what not?
Or?
PhD.
PhD, and then you teach here?
Inshallah.
Thank you so much. Cheers.